Welcome to the Indie Beacon Show, where readers can discover great new books by indie authors. Your hostess for today's show is Charlotte Cannon. We do hope you enjoyed today's show.
Hi, I'm Charlotte Canyon, and I'm the author of the award-winning book, You Have to Laugh to Keep from Crying, How to Parent Your Parents. And it is my pleasure today to interview Alan Bourgeois. Now, Alan has started a readathon, and he's going to tell us a little bit of how we've structured that readathon and how you can get involved. Hi, Alan, how are you?
Hi, Charlotte. Thank you for having me. I appreciate being here.
What is the organization of the readathon?
So three groups have gotten together: the Authors Marketing International, a membership-based organization, and then Dear Texas, Dear Indy, which is a nonprofit, Drop Everything and Read, got together. And then our sponsor, B4R.store, which is bookstore for readers. They've all teamed up to create a readathon. The readathon is designed for schools, libraries, and nonprofits to be able to get their patrons, their students to read during the months of June, July, and August. Each person will determine how many books they're going to read, and then they'll get sponsors to pay for every book they've read. They can pay anywhere from 50 cents to $1,000 per book. So whatever the individual reader gets sponsors, then that money will go towards that particular school, library, or nonprofit. So with this being a nationwide organization and push, we're hoping to raise at least $1 million for all these different groups and organizations.
Oh, that is super. Can you expound on why it was created, why the readathon was created? You've told us a little about who organized it, but why did you create it?
Well, in 2022 is the year of the reader, and through these organizations, they created this annual event or this year-long event so that people will enjoy more leisure reading and stuff. So what a great way to do this and to support those organizations that encourage reading, that need the funds to be able to do more reading programs and stuff. So through the different organizations, by creating a simple summertime event when we're out of school, the students are out of school, they're out of college, things like that, but to give them a period of time where they're doing leisure reading, not assigned reading from their schools, but leisure reading, something that they get to enjoy reading and just enjoy the book, the way the authors told the story, things of that nature. We hope that it'll encourage them to read at least 2 to 3 books per month. That is a lot for some readers because some are slower than others, but at least 2 to 3 books each month, they'll end up getting a wide range of experiences and a lot more enjoyment. And you'd be surprised how much you can accomplish in 30 minutes a day just reading a leisure book. So by encouraging this both for students, college, and then for adults, this is a family type of event and an individual event that you can do, and to encourage people to read more is a wonderful thing. And then by helping raise funds for those that are in need, such as schools, especially school libraries, public libraries are always in need, and then other writing organizations that are out there, like the Dear Texas, Dear Indy program, which is a nonprofit, they're always in need of funds to be able to continue their funding programs throughout the year. So you get twofold winning. You get people to read, and you get to raise funds for these organizations, and everybody wins.
Why is it beneficial to read? Can you tell what that does for society and as an individual?
Sure. It does a lot of things. First off, most importantly, it relieves the stress and anxiety. That is so key, especially in the way our world is right now. We're all at the gun, being pushed, being forced to do so much in such a short period of time. And we get so wrapped up in all of this, we end up being so overwhelmed with our anxiety and our stress that we don't know really a good, healthy way to release it. And oddly enough, reading can help release it. It helps with the endorphins. It helps give you that sense of being out of your temporary, your current situation of frustration and anger, and into a world that is created by somebody else that allows you to just relax, to enjoy the story of what those people are dealing with, whether it's sci-fi, whether it's Westerns, romance, traveling the seas, almost anything can be fun and relaxing. And as I mentioned earlier, 30 minutes a day can really change that person's aspect of how they're dealing with life of the moment. So whether you do it before you go to bed or just sit down in the middle of your lunchtime, just taking that 30 minutes just to get away from the pressures of the day and go into something that's more leisure, more relaxing, more peaceful. It'll change the whole atmosphere of what people are going through.
You made me think while you were talking about that 30 minutes a day. I want to challenge those that are listening to this to, in the evening, the mother, the father, the daughter, the sons, to take 30 minutes, turn off all electronics, turn off your TV, and read for 30 minutes. And it's amazing, even though there will be reading their individual genres, it will connect them. They will have another commonality. And I think that's a great idea for take 30 minutes a day, at any time. But I challenge families to do that. Turn off that TV just for 30 minutes and turn off the gadgets. Put the phones in a basket. Everything is moved away for 30 minutes. And I'm going to give you a fact. If you do that, you will also lower your blood pressure up to 20 points because you're taking away the stress of the world.
And another thing they can do with that 30 minutes as a family, especially, is, as you mentioned, each one's going to be reading their own different genres, their own different stories. So it would be really cool for those family members, after that 30 minutes is up, to share what they read, share what they learned, share whatever they experienced from that 30 minutes of reading. That brings the family together in a whole different aspect that you've not thought about before.
Yeah, I love that idea. Okay, you mentioned that this is going to help the schools and the libraries. Can you kind of expound on that, on how that's going to help them?
Sure. So our goal is to raise $1 million, which is a lot of money. But right off the bat, 10% of it does go to the cost of just pure, simple staffing and processing, credit cards, all that fun stuff. So we lose 10% of that automatically. Another 10% goes to prizes that readers can get. For example, in a school district, one particular student happens to raise the most money, they get a bonus. Or a particular library, same thing. One particular library that raises the most gets a bonus. So all of that extra 10%, which is $100,000, can be spread out to a lot of people as bonuses and prizes. We even have a prize for the sponsors that they get listed and automatically entered into a drawing where they can win cash prizes as well for being just a sponsor. So, if you sponsor $100 worth of reading, you may actually get more than that back. It's a possibility, not guaranteed, but it is a possibility. So then the 80% then is going back to the individual schools. $800,000 could easily go back to the local libraries, the nonprofits, the schools, and all these people that help with the annual reading programs and projects and stuff like that. So you're getting to read a great book, you're getting to have some fun, you're relaxing, you're releasing the stress. The schools, the libraries, the nonprofits, they're benefiting. And then the cash awards also help benefits the individuals, whether it be readers or sponsors or things of that nature. So it's a tremendous win-win for everybody.
I see where it is. Excuse me. And it's not just for children and families, it's for adults. You could be a single person at home, and you could find more joy in reading, and you could get sponsors. You might be the CEO of a corporation. Maybe you sponsor your whole child's classroom, or you ask your employees to join the readathon.
You're absolutely right. And I'm glad you said that. We are encouraging HR departments to create a readathon for their staff, their employees, so that they can help become more productive in the long run because they're reading for leisure. They're thinking outside the box and stuff. So as a corporate aspect, encouraging and sponsoring your staff to just read will have tremendous benefits that will be well worth whatever you sponsor. I mean, I suspect, well, I know that it can come back and not only twofold, but up to tenfold of what you've sponsored, and everybody ends up winning, and it's a great program in that respect.
Yeah. What do you see as the end result of all of this? How do you see all of this benefiting society, benefiting the reader, benefiting the authors? I know it might benefit our pocketbook a little bit because we'll sell more books. But I want to make a point here. As an author, my book started coming out 5 to 10 years ago. I have not raised the price of my book. I've actually, had sales on it, but everything else in society has gone up. Books have remained constant. They're probably the most cost-effective entertainment that you can buy.
You're absolutely right. You go to a movie and you're going to spend easily $10 to $15 for the ticket. Then you end up buying the popcorn or the drink or the snack or whatever. So you could be spending 25 to $50 easily. Where a book, and the movie only lasts about 2 hours. Usually now they're about an hour and a half to 2 hour range. So that's it, you're done. But a book can last a lifetime. Just the story itself, the spending the time to read. If you read a 350-page book, you're spending I would say 3 to 4 hours, depending on how fast you read. It might be even longer for a slower reader, but you're spending a longer period of time enjoying a story. And even if it's 30 minutes a day, you have something to look forward every single day. And once you're done with that one, you can get another one. And those books range anywhere from $12 to $15, $20. And that's it. You don't have all the extras you have to add into. You already have a place you're residing in, or you could go outside and just sit out in Mother Nature at a park and just read. So there's a lot of opportunities just to spend more time at, as you said, a cost-effective way of reading. Sadly, authors are hurting financially because the cost of printing, the cost of marketing, cost of everything is going up, and authors haven't raised their prices accordingly. And that's something that will be changing, unfortunately, over the years, because authors do need to survive. They do need to make money. But as far as going back to the overall benefits for the year, even though the readathon is a 3-month period, the benefits from reading will last a lifetime. Everybody gets to win as far as raising funds, because when you raise funds for your schools or your libraries or your nonprofits, that means more educational aspects are given back to the community. More books are purchased for the community. Things are improving for the community, whether it's your small little town or a large town. Everybody ends up benefiting. Those nonprofits that are out there, like Dear Texas, Dear Indy, we give books back to Title I schools. So that helps those that are not able to afford to purchase books have access to new books. The book drive we'll be doing down the road, again, another way of getting access to books to those who need it. So there are so many benefits that the long-term aspect of helping the community is just tremendous. I mean, it can go in so many different ways. It's hard to believe what a simple readathon can accomplish.
Yeah. Well, Alan, I want you to hang on a few minutes and we're going to let our sponsors do our thing.
Hi, I'm Charles Brakefield.
And I'm Rox Berkey.
Together, we write as Brakefield and Berkey.
Our techno-thriller series is 12 books strong, with book 13, The Enigma Tracer, planned for 2022.
Techno-thrillers are the cyber good guys versus today's darknet thugs.
We added our series prelude, Out of Poland, a 1939 historical novella, in 2021.
We also have 8 short stories available in family and women's contemporary genres, with more planned for 2022.
Please visit our website, enigmaseries.com, to learn more about why we say technology is today's weapon of choice. Thank you.
Authors need to market their books so they reach their maximum potential. Authors Marketing International helps authors with the best possible services. We help you to expand your market share and increase your opportunities for success. Authors Marketing International has many membership programs and events for the author. Joining AMI will keep you one step ahead of the publishing curve with resources, education, and support. Join Authors Marketing International at authorsmarketing.org. Marianne Fairmouth is a career consultant with 30 years experience in the national recruiting world, a multi-award winning author in multi-genres, and a speaker that gives presentations to help you succeed. Her book, Revolutionary Recruiting, made the top 20 global list of recruiting books. Find her on Amazon, your favorite bookstore, or at fairmouth.com.
Welcome to the Indie Beacon Show, where readers can discover great new books by indie authors. Your hostess for today's show is Charlotte Cannon. We do hope you enjoyed today's show.
Well, welcome back. This is Charlotte Canyon, and I've been speaking with Alan Bourgeois. And if you've been listening, we've been talking about the Readathon. Well, the Readathon is actually part of the Year of the Reader, because the year 2022 is the Year of the Reader. It's when we're going to, as authors, we want to thank those that read our books. We want to encourage them to read more books. And so doing that, we've got this Readathon. Now, Alan, I'd like you kind of to recap on how people can benefit not only, intellectually by learning things, by, alleviating stress and anxiety, but how their families can be unified and how schools and libraries can get involved in this readathon.
Sure. You pretty much recapped it right there. By being a part of the Readathon program, your leisure reading, for a 3-month period of time, you're committing to reading so many books during that period of time. It's from June, July, and August. And you're also getting sponsors, people, for example, school-age kids. They can get their parents or their grandparents to say, I will pay you or pay the organization X number of dollars per book that you read. And it could be 50 cents a book, or it could be $5, or it could be $1,000 per book, whatever that person who's sponsoring wants to pay to encourage that student to read. But then it goes beyond just the students, but whether they're in elementary school, high school, college, it also goes to individuals, families, parents, those people, the adults that also get challenged. They can find sponsors to help them raise funds for organizations. It can be for a local library, it can be for the school's library, it can be for a nonprofit that supports literacy. For example, Dear Texas, Dear Indy, we do programs throughout the year to support literacy. So you can find any one of these three in your area or nationwide that you want to support and challenge your friends. Hey, I'm pledging to read X number of books during this month. I'd like for you to sponsor. You can choose whatever dollar amount you would like to challenge me to read to make sure I reach my goal. Or it can be done through a business. Have the corporate office say, yes, we're going to sponsor readers, our employees to read X number of books through those 3 months. And you'll be surprised at how much benefit the corporate aspect will receive, because it's people who are reading leisurely, not their corporate manuals or anything, but leisure reading, a fantasy, a story, a romance, whatever it can be, will think outside the box more, will be exposed to more healthy aspects. They'll have less stress in their life because of the hormones that are given. As mentioned earlier by you, the blood pressure will drop. So many benefits from reading, leisure reading, will help not only the community, but the businesses that the person's employed by, the schools, their education, on and on and on. I mean, it's just amazing how much benefit will happen. You asked earlier about how can these nonprofits and schools participate. We've made it very simple. There's no fee for the school or the library or the nonprofit to be a part of this. All they have to do is commit to promoting it, commit to getting people to sign up to be a part of it, because the more people they get to sign up and to sponsor those kids or those adults or whoever's participating, that means more money that they'll receive in the long run. And it ends up helping them be able to finance their programs that are so critical to the community at large. So it's very simple. You just go to read.dear, D-E-A-R, Indy.org. Then follow the various links, whether you want to sign up as a reader, sign up as a nonprofit, sign up as a school. All of those little sign up forms are there. You can learn how to promote it. We even create posters for the individual schools or libraries or whatever, so that they can share that out on social media, share that out on the bulletin boards, or whatever way they want. So there's zero cost up front to the schools. All they have to do is just encourage the participation from their students, from their families, from their organizations, their employees, whoever is participating. Anyone can participate. And that's the beauty of the Readathon. It'll help the community in so many ways. And it's just good for the individual. And then it just dominates throughout everything else.
Alan, thank you so very much. I've really enjoyed this. I've actually learned a few things myself, and I'm always ready to learn something new. This is Charlotte Canyon. We've been interviewing Alan Bourgeois on the Readathon and the Year of the Reader. Till next time, bye for now. Each and every one of us has a mission in life. Mine is to help people laugh through the good times and the bad. My name is Charlotte Canyon, and I'm an author, a speaker, and a host on Indie Beacon Radio. If you need me to speak at an event or autograph my book, you can contact me at charlotte@charlottecanyon.com. Thank you, and have a blessed day.
Welcome to B4R.store, a bookstore for indie readers and indie authors, where indie authors can earn their fair share from the books you purchase. We have a wide variety of genres that you can select from. We also have ebooks and paperbacks. You can select authors by their first names, and we also have music. If you're interested in their city or country, we have that listed as well. If you are an author and would like to be on our bookstore, we have 3 options for you. There is a small minimal charge, or you can join our organization at authorsmarketing.org and learn how to better market and sell yourself. That is B4R.store, a bookstore for indie readers and indie authors.
Thank you for watching the Indie Beacon Show, produced by B. Alan Bourgeois for the Authors Marketing International LLC, copyright 2022, voiceover by B. Alan Bourgeois. If you would like to be a sponsor of the show, please contact us at authorsmarketing@outlook.com. If you would like to be on this show, it is free to authors. Simply fill out the form at indiebeacon.com. The music is provided by Happy Follows. The music is entitled Follow